Hi FPL managers, and welcome back for another video, guys. So still sitting in the top 5k overall ranking. We indeed got a slight red arrow last game week, guys, but that didn't take us away from top 5k. We're still sitting at 5,547 k in the world. So guys, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, please, and I'm happy to engage with you all. You can leave your comments in the comment section, questions about your team. I'm happy to engage. So guys, last game week we ended up on 81 points. After a double game week, I wouldn't say that's the best double game week I've seen, because it could have gone a lot more better. But guys, we can't ask for too much. We only had two teams doubling and obviously six players doubling, and most of us had five. Some of us managed to get six of these players for the doubles. I indeed got six of the players for the double, but I don't think Munoz will count as a player who participated in the double because he literally in both games he considered 10 goals. So, and that goes for the whole of Crystal Palace's defense. Considered 10 goals, and indeed minus two, and ended up giving us a -1. Guys, that's as bad a point return as even Marco Asensio, who lost two penalties. I mean, Asensio losing two penalties still scored more points than a double game week player in Munoz, guys, and that's not good to see. Another disappointing player I have to talk about will be Eze. Even though indeed he got a goal, his minutes played is very discouraging. He played 56 minutes, 79 minutes, so not even a 90 minutes player. Same for Mateta, 45 minutes, 55 minutes. I mean, this is a player a lot of people probably even had the captaincy chip on him for the last two game weeks, and he returned 1 point in the last game week. So guys, not the best of times for Mateta owners, including myself. Marmoush, we are lucky. He played 81 minutes, got that goal, which he sort of scrambled himself, to get that happen for him. So, guys, it wasn't the most brilliant game week. Sabinho came off the bench and gave me 8 minutes cameo, 1 pointer. Quite disappointing. And, guys, the star of the week, obviously, the man I've always backed for the last two seasons in fantasy, Jacob Murphy, coming clutch with what an assist point in the first game, and in the second game he got a goal and an assist, loaded up with 19 points from the double game week. What a player, guys. I've always said Murphy is probably my most valuable FPL asset, or the player I've got the most respect for. Like, he doesn't have a bad history with me. I've always brought him in and he bangs straight away, giving us some points return. And this has been going on for the last two seasons. I mean, I've always fancied owning Murphy. Initially, I owned Murphy because of his price tag, and I had him in my team, and he got more points than Anthony Gordon that period of the season, last season 2023-24. And I was like, okay, so this is a hidden gem. He gets points and he attracts a lot of bonuses as well. So guys, we can't talk enough about Jacob Murphy. All right, moving on to the game week now. Guys, it's a whole lot for me. I'm looking to go all out for this double game week, play my bench boost. Obviously, we know the teams doubling for this game week. Arsenal, Aston Villa, Manchester City, Crystal Palace. So guys, what we are all looking to do is have a team that's got a mix of these players that play the double game week. So I'm looking to have a triple up on Arsenal, a triple on Palace, a triple on Aston Villa, and a triple on Manchester City. And of all these fixtures, I think, in my opinion, I fancy the Arsenal fixture more. Saka playing Ipswich and Crystal Palace is very interesting fixture, and I think going forward is a good one for the game week. But going forward, I wouldn't want to but Arsenal have the track record. I wouldn't want to keep the Arsenal defense, against Liverpool, Newcastle, but they do have the track record. And since I'm going all out for the double game week 33, I might as well do it because they've got really brilliant fixture. Ipswich away and Crystal Palace at home. Obviously, Crystal Palace are misfiring right now, not really getting the goals. So there is a chance Arsenal could keep a clean sheet there, guys. So I would 100% be keeping Arsenal defender. So yep, I would have Saliba in the team 100%, even though I'm bench boosting, meaning every player's points would count. But yeah, I'll just do that substitution, have Saliba in the team. So the plan right now, guys, I'll be straightforward, is just to get rid of my Newcastle players, maybe do a goalkeeper replacement because obviously the injury to Ederson has really affected my game week decision. He indeed got an assist in the last game week and has scored return points in the last 3 game weeks. But guys, his injury is coming at a very sad time, and I'm gonna just talk quickly on this. I'm looking to keep him because I obviously know it's a brief injury, probably hopefully not too long. So I would probably keep Ederson in the team because I fancy his remaining fixture run from game week 35 upwards. So I would be looking to retain that City defense, which would include Ederson. So guys, obviously they've got a decent fixture from game week 35 upwards. So investing in the City defense is smart in my opinion, but not just for this game week. We could do it for this game week as well. Everton are not the most dangerous sides when it comes to attacking. And Villa could be dangerous, but we just can't say too much about Villa just yet. So guys, another substitution transfer I made in my team that has been a bit of a regret has to be Savinho. So Savinho has not been the greatest addition to the team. Pretty much since I brought him in, he's returned what? He's returned literally no points. Probably. I think I brought him in game week 31 and yeah, it's been zeros and ones. Anyway, we move forward, guys. So my plan would be to try getting a couple of Villa players into the team. I obviously can still bring in 2 Villa players. I can bring in I'm stuck up on my Man City players, but I could still bring in an Arsenal player, one more Arsenal player. And guys, this is where I'll be looking to go. Bring in an Arsenal player and bring in a Villa player. But what player would that be? We'll be going over to the transfer page now, guys. So and I will take you to the FPL team app where I've indeed tried to design a team as well for the game week. So guys, just putting on my thinking cap and hoping to share this with you guys. Like I'm looking at my team right now. Henderson in the posts, in the goal, as well as Pope. I would have been looking to retain Pope, but then I don't like his fixtures after game week 34. Obviously, I'm free hitting in 34, so if I want to have Newcastle goalkeeper and defenders in my team for this game week, it's absolutely fine. It can happen. It's going to happen. But after 34, looking at Brighton, Chelsea, Arsenal, I don't fancy having Nick Pope in my goalpost. So I might just be doing a Nick Pope to Raya. So I might just go Raya, you know, in place of Nick Pope. So obviously we have 2 free transfers in the bank, so I've just used one. So if I use another one and maybe take a hit, I should have a balanced team for the double game week. I'm looking to have at least 12 to 13 players for the double game week. So guys, that being said, I brought in Raya, so that makes a triple Arsenal for my team. Raya, Saliba, Saka, and I could as well go for 100% Murphy is becoming Rogers because I would have liked Rashford, but the there's just too much around Rashford's minutes, especially going forward now. I don't know if he's still obviously the coach likes him, but I don't know if he's still gonna be favored ahead of the other attacking players, especially if Watkins does make a comeback. Maybe if the coach claims he's got slight injury, so that's why he's been managing his minutes. But if Watkins does come back to the team, that would mean less playing time or rotational playing time for the likes of Rashford and Asensio and even Donny Marlin if you're looking to have any of these Palace as Villa assets. So guys, looking at the team this way, that'll take us to a -1 if I bring in Raya and I try to own Rogers at this point. So guys, one move I was fancying to do, but right now I really don't know if it makes sense, was actually to go Isak to Oli Watkins. So I'm not sure I'll be making that move still because there's too much doubts around Watkins minutes. So guys, at this point, I would be taking you all to the FPL team app. So this is my team on the FPL team app. I've actually created this draft team already. And then you have triple Arsenal, Saka, Saliba, Raya, Moyon, Zeze, Mateta, triple Palace. And yep, my triple Man City, Savio, Marmoush, and Ederson on the bench. But guys, I'm seriously thinking I might do something different, tweak it a little bit. So obviously I have Rogers in this team. I'm retaining Isak, but I was looking at probably doing Isak to Watkins, and that takes us to a -4. So now I've got my triple Aston Villa, Rogers, Watkins, and Digne on the bench, and I've got two Liverpool in Konate and Salah. Obviously, I'm keeping my boys because I fancy their game run until the season ends. So it might look a little bit rough and difficult, but it's Liverpool, guys, and it's obviously Salah. Might do something about Konate, but for now, he stays in the team. Obviously, looking at this game week and looking at game week 34 as well, where they play Spurs. So Liverpool is really decent for me right now. So, guys, what do you think? For -4, should I make up this team and I just hope for the best and pray that Watkins, does get time to play on the pitch? Guys, it's a bit dicey one, and just like last game week where we spent a lot of time thinking and planning with the team, and then the Champions League decided for the coaches what exactly to do, because a lot of the coaches ended up rotating their team or benching certain players that we wanted to play. So guys, I'm not so sure exactly how my move is gonna be, but right now I think this is the most tempting move. Obviously, deadline is Saturday 11 o'clock, I think. So I would be making my final decision on the live stream on TikTok. You can join me there Saturday 9 a.m. I'll be making a final decision if I'm gonna be taking out Ederson. Maybe Ederson becomes Ortega, you know, and obviously that gives us some money in the bank if Ederson becomes Ortega, and maybe I keep Nick Pope. Maybe Nick Pope stays in the team, you know. So Pope stays in the team. Ederson simply becomes Ortega, and Watkins and Rogers come into the team, all for a -4 hits, guys. How do you see that transfer? So Ederson simply becomes Ortega, but I'm still in doubt because Ederson, the coach said he wouldn't be playing this game, which means the Everton game, but he could be fit for the Villa game. He says it's a slight groin knock, so I'm quite positive about holding on to my goalkeeper for Man City because I do fancy his last run of games. So guys, another way I could tweak it would be, make Ortega become even though I don't fancy this move, make Ortega become maybe Raya. But I was gonna do Ederson, but I don't fancy Ederson, the Palace defense. So Ortega becomes Raya, obviously, for the double game week, and I'm gonna be keeping Pope. That's what that's gonna mean. So I say Ortega becomes Ederson. So yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I could do, let's say I'm getting Ruben Diaz in the team now. So I just sort of fancy Diaz. His minutes are solid and assured in the team. So let's say I do Ruben Diaz. So that becomes my triple Man City right now, because Ruben Diaz automatically still gives me maybe not the much points attacking return, but he does still give you a chance to get those defensive returns from the Man City team, innit? So I'm looking to probably hold him right now instead of you know, Raya. But guys, what I'm avoiding and not happy about will be the cost. It's going to cost me 8 points, minus 8 points for a double game week. That's not too bad, but looking at the fact that I have designed this team on a white card from game week 31, I don't want it to look like I made a mistake, so I wouldn't want to take a minus 8 to correct that much, uh, deed in the team, to correct that much in the team. So one other thing I could do, even though I would love to go all in for double game week, would be probably to get rid of Watkins and retain Isak. But then we do not have enough funding for that to have Ruben Diaz in the team, Rogers and Isak. So that's one way the Watkins move um, just become actually valuable. So that's why I'm not looking to tweak too much and make this man go back to being Konate. So let's see, still minus 0.3 million in the bank. So he becomes Konate. Isak would probably go back to being Watkins, and all for -4, and we have 0.3 million in the bank. So guys, tell me what you think about all this team. I either have Ruben Diaz in the defense, or I introduce Pope as my next goalkeeper. I introduce Raya as my other goalkeeper, or I could introduce Ortega, the second choice Man City goalkeeper. But I feel after one game or two games, Ortega will go back to the bench and Henderson comes back and takes his place in the first team. So guys, the plan is probably to hold on to Henderson, keep him on the bench, maybe accommodate Raya, Rogers and Watkins for a -4 hits, and obviously get rid of Isak who plays Aston Villa. But guys, I've got my doubts around Watkins' minutes, and that really hurts to think that Watkins might not really be playing a big part in the double game week. So yeah, this Pope should become Henderson, and that still takes us to -0.1. So still not good business, not good money left in the bank. So guys, still a lot to think about to fix this team up, but that's pretty much how I'm gonna move. I'm pretty much gonna own Watkins, Rogers, and if I wanna keep have Raya in the team, I might have to get rid of Henderson, which I do not really want to do, or I might as well just go for a 1 week punt. Talking about going for, let me see, let's say I go for a Liverpool goalkeeper instead of Raya. Obviously, we don't even know if Alisson is number one right now, if he's gonna play this game week, but I'll give it to Alisson. So Alisson and Konate against Leicester this weekend in defense. And yeah, so Alisson coming in, I retain Henderson on the bench, all because I do fancy the last 4 games of Man City. So guys, doing this would mean 3 transfers, so 2 free transfers and a hit, and I'll have this team comprises of Watkins, Mateta in the attack, Marmoush, and in the midfield will be Saka, Eze, Rogers, and the defense Moyos, Konate, Saliba, Alisson, and on the bench will be Salah, Ederson, Digne from Aston Villa, and Nottingham Forest, Neco Williams. So guys, I've pretty much fancy this team. Obviously, I would have only Salah 1, Konate 2, Alisson 3 players, and Neco Williams 4 players, not doubling up, which is just 1 player short of my initial plan for the double game week. And obviously plus the injured Ederson, that's really not a decent one. So I'll say I have maybe 10 players for the double game week, but guys, I will leave the team at that. Don't think I'll be doing much more. So back to the fantasy app, I would be making these transfers and confirming them in a little bit. So guys, already in is Raya, in is Rogers. The only other plan now is, do I want to get rid of Isak to have Watkins? And even though right now the budget is not balanced at -0.1, if I do make the Isak to Watkins move, the team becomes 100% balanced. So, but guys, still quite not decided on this yet. So tell me, what do you think? Tell me in the comment section, what do you think is a better team for me to go with for the game week, guys? Pretty much fingers crossed on this, but I believe it's gonna be a good game week with this team. And with the bench boost activated, I believe we're gonna do decently this game week, guys. So well, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel. There will be more FPL updates coming up your way, guys. And please, if you are on a wild card, I almost forgot to cover this part of the game week. If you're on assistant manager chip, guys, I'm gonna say a quick manager to go for is obviously Arteta, number one. Um, Unai Emery, if you're looking to take the risk of going for the, the upper side, to get the extra points, Unai Emery is decent because he plays Newcastle and he plays Man City, but I don't think there is much there to gain. I don't know about the table placement between these three teams, Newcastle, Man City, and Villa. But if you see there's a five place gap there, then honestly you could 100% you could take a risk with Unai Emery against Newcastle and even Man City. Who says they can't get 2 goals and 3 goals and even a win? Who says? And obviously Palace playing Bournemouth and Arsenal is as well a very decent one for the extra table bonus. I do fancy Oliver Glasner because they've had 2 poor showings, maybe 3, and they'll be looking to come back, and a team with character, obviously, Crystal Palace, they'll be looking to come back and do better. Um, guys, I really don't fancy much on the assistant manager chip unless you're looking to play basic, and you could go for Liverpool coach and slot. You could take a risk with Man United coach against Wolverhampton, even though I would rather play my assistant manager chip on the Wolverhampton coach against Man United, just for the upper side. And but there's not much gap between the two of them. I think one is 14th, the other is 17th, so not much to look forward to there. Forest Sports not much, but you could go for Forest just for the sake of upper side and a win bonus. Obviously, Forest should be able to do damages to Tottenham Hotspur unless it is Tottenham's day. Then you could do Ange Postecoglou against Nuno Espirito Santo and hope for the best. So guys, another team you could just do a punt would be West Ham. Talking about Graham Potter, just play a game on him, hope for the best. Obviously he's playing Southampton at home, so we hope he gets a lot of goals. And yeah, that should be it, guys, for today's video. I'll be back for more hopefully after the game week is concluded. Take care and I'll see you all next time. And don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.